Broadcasting live in downtown Rice Lake, Wisconsin. You're logged on and listening to After Hours Radio.
Your civil rights, you demand that I eternize your name. Walk ahead. You cover us in shame, and I take the blame. Living by the rules to which high school blues. Walk ahead. Keep provoking, blood rinse us, thirst choking. Can anyone stand this nonsense? Eating away, telling us to stop and obey, to stop and obey. Now rats can shine. Joker's got silver lining. Holy Mary sings songs in the wet rain. Walk ahead. Now every new day's a new firearm to my teeth. Call me a liar. Building as you rip. Someone show me someone living desire. Keep provoking, blood rinse us, thirst choking. Can anyone stand this nonsense? Eating away, telling us to stop and obey, to stop and obey. When this goes wrong, do you know what you wish for?
After Hours Radio on Dirty Chai Radio. I'm Ryan Quinn. Hopefully your Sunday's going spectacular. Doing pretty well here in the Dirty Chai studio. I am, it would appear, to be by myself. At least for a little while as we open up the show tonight. We do expect Sam to be joining us. Cordell is over at a wedding this weekend. So we hope he's enjoying himself and having a good time there, and that the new happy couple, well, have all the best. Cordell, he didn't get married. I think it was a wedding in the family, a cousin I think. Maybe. Like I said, we will have Sam here on the show, it sounds like, and I'm super excited about this. I know we've talked a lot about him. We threw a show with him just a couple weeks ago. We are going to have Carnage the Executioner on the show tonight. How about that? Yeah, I'm excited about it. He'll be joining us just after 9:30 this evening, and so if you wanted to stick around for that, or don't forget, there's also the podcast that you can find on any major streaming service. So he'll be with us and take us right up to the long-burning 10 o'clock hour. And along with that, we'll give you a show rundown and, my favorite segment of the week, getting to know when things are happening. So we'll take care of that here on the show as well. Hopefully your weekend went as well as mine. Mine was a weird weekend. In a good way, though. In a good way. So what did I do Friday? I did something. Oh, I DJ'd at Mr. Bob's. That was I should have known that the weekend was going to be weird based off of that experience DJing over at Mr. Bob's. It was a really fun night and a really fun crowd to DJ for. We got her going about 9:30, and folks showed up ready to do the thing right away. I had one very enthusiastic young lady that came up right away and got things going. She was actually there waiting for the show to start before I got there or even set up. So she joined me for that, and then had a couple of groups that rolled through just absolutely ready to dance. And that's always fun to see when, especially as a DJ, It wouldn't have mattered if I wasn't doing well. They were going to dance anyway. And I appreciate that always when folks are ready to dance and ready to do the thing. And then I DJ'd a wedding on Saturday, which was... I've never DJ'd a wedding like this before. It was a new experience for me. Did the whole dinner music, and then reception, and the grand march and toasts, and then the reception part, the dancing and all of that. Typically a wedding like that, doing the dinner music, you're gonna start somewhere between 4 and 5, and then go till midnight. Sometimes later if they're, really a big party group. Not this time. Got music going about 4:30 in time for dinner. Got dinner, did the toasts, and right after the toasts, we did the first dance, did the parents and grandparents dance. And then that was, after the Cupid Shuffle, that was it. Some electric sliding, some cha-cha sliding, and whole wedding reception was done by about 8. So that was a new experience for me, and I took advantage of that. It's not often that, I'm not doing something on a Saturday night. It's made it out to downtown Rice Lake, went to some of my favorite haunts there by 9 o'clock. It was really neat. I ran into Hubble Quest. Hubble Quest. We've done shows with him in the past. Perhaps we'll do another one, I hope. But ran into him and played some good music out the jukebox and had some good conversations. Then I ran into a cousin of mine. Always enjoy running into her out and about. Always a treat. And then a friend of the show, Whitney, showed up at some point in the night too. So it was kind of shenanigans were had, and we didn't expect shenanigans. So that was a lot of fun. Hope to do it again soon sometime. Stick around. We're going to do a lot of things here. We got a rundown of shows coming up just after 9, one of my favorite segments. And we'll also, again, talk with Carnage the Executioner just after 9:30 this evening, leading into the long-burning 10 o'clock hour. And we'll also welcome Sam onto the show tonight at some point as well. You can follow along all week long if you like, or as long as we post at facebook.com/AHRadioWI. Twitter is at AHRadioWI, and Instagram is After Hours Radio WI. And then, of course, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Music, Audible, Deezer, and DirtyChaiRadio.com for the latest podcasts. Find them anytime you'd like. Relive your favorite moments and then some. Right now, this is Blame It On My Youth by Substance.
Trying to show me my way in. The only point I reach is frustration. And then back again, trying to see why I had to lie in. Go around the moon with your heart in. Then back again. Hey, draw your arrow back. I just want you to fly me into the sky. I'll fall but never crack. Are you dreaming of love too? Or are you still in your shadow? I know I didn't see the good between us. But tell you what, I've opened up my eyes and seen the truth. So you can blame it on my youth. Courage, no one seems to care that I lost it. You're the only one that's gonna tell me to go back again, give it one more chance. Blame it, one day I will see what it cost me. You're the only one that always trusted me, and that's all I need, my remedy. Hey, draw your arrow back. I just want you to fly me into the sky. I'll fall but never crack. Are you dreaming of love too? Or are you still in your shadow? I know I didn't see the good between us, yeah. I tell you what, I've opened up my eyes and seen. I've opened up my eyes and seen the truth. What have I to lose? I tell you what, I've opened up my eyes and seen the truth. Why don't you blame it on my youth? Are you dreaming of love too? Or are you still in your shadow? Are you dreaming of love too? Or are you still in your shadow? I know I didn't see the good between us, yeah. So tell you what, I've opened up my eyes and seen the truth. Why don't you blame it on my youth?
Keeping your music taste out of Sucker Creek since 2011. After Hours Radio. Alternatively entertaining.
I can live forever, always in your bed.
come on After Hours Radio.
Wow. We're professionals even. We're going to be talking with Carnage the Executioner after about 9:30 tonight on After Hours Radio. So you'll want to stick around for that. We'll also sneak in some Carnage the Executioner music to go along with it. Just after 9 o'clock, we're going to break down different shows that are in our area that you might want to be privy to and plan to attend. And we also will welcome Sam Stackhouse once again into the Dirty Chai Radio studio at some point this evening. A lot still to come, and we're happy that you are a part of it. Stick around for more. And don't forget, if you want to find us on Facebook, it's facebook.com/afterhoursradio or AHRadioWI. Twitter is at AHRadioWI, but fuck Twitter. And Instagram is After Hours Radio WI.
At first I didn't think about it. At first I thought whatever, yeah. At first I thought I'd work around it. I'd work around it. But you turned out to be so different. Yeah, you turned out to be nothing like them. I changed my mind and got behind it. I got behind it. I'd let you take my breath away. Pick me up like you're my aeroplane, aeroplane. You and me, you know we'll never fade. Come on, baby, we got rules to break, rules to break. Keep cruising till we hit the morning, and then we'll do it all over again. We pass the reds, ignore the warnings. Ignore the warnings. I'd let you take my breath away. Pick me up like you're my aeroplane, aeroplane. You and me, you know we'll never fade. Come on, baby, we got rules to break, rules to break. You got what I need effortlessly. Let me know you want it. With you I can breathe, air goes so deep. Let me know, cause I can't lie. Let me know, cause I need you. I'd let you take my breath away. Pick me up like you're my aeroplane, aeroplane. You and me, you know we'll never fade. Come on, baby, we got rules to break, rules to break. I'd let you take my breath away.
talk, half music. 100% original After Hours Radio. Your Sunday nights just got better. After Hours Radio, alternatively entertaining.
What's a man got to do to get a woman like you? What's a man got to do to touch a woman like you? What's a man got to do to get a woman like you? If I have to beg, or if I have to plead, or if I have to fight, or if I have to bleed, I speak the truth? Well, tell me, baby, what's a man got to do to get a woman like you? What's a man got to be to make his woman see? What's a man got to be to give a woman what she needs? What's a man got to be? Yeah, what's it got to be to bring a woman to her knees? If I had to beg, or if I had to plead, if I got to fail, or if I had to bleed, if I tell a lie, or if I speak the truth, tell me, baby, what's a man got to do to meet a woman like you? What's he got to do now? You see, a man like me is gonna make you feel good, make your legs start to shake when I pop your hood. I give you all my money, I give you all my honey. So what's a man got to do to get a woman like you? If I got to beg, or if I have to plead, or if I have to fight, or if I have to bleed, if I tell a lie, or if I speak the truth, tell me, baby, what's a man? Oh, what's a man? What's a man got to do? Yeah, what's a man got to do to get a woman like you? To get a woman like
Broadcasting live in downtown Rice Lake, Wisconsin. You're logged on and listening to After Hours Radio.
After Hours Radio on Dirty Chai Radio. I'm Ryan Quinn here in the Dirty Chai studio on a Sunday night, and we have made it to my favorite segment of the show. It's where we get to break down different events and things that are going on in our area, and I just love it. And you know, before we did this segment, I don't know that I realized how much is actually happening up here in the Northwoods. I mean, there's always something going on in Eau Claire, always something going on in the Twin Cities that you can go to, but those are hard to do that in a day and come back and get the full experience. So it's neat that we've got a lot of this stuff that's happening in our area that we get to take advantage of. And sometimes it's a little hidden, you know. We're not as densely populated as some of the areas mentioned. But with that being said, we've got coming up this Wednesday, I just love this too, open mic night at Agonic Brewing Company. That's, of course, hosted by Weston Shizzle and myself with Dirty Chai Radio. And always a fun time. We played last week on the show. Was that last week? It may have been 2 weeks. We played at that spontaneous jam that just kind of fell together at the end of the night with Oshun B., Weston Shizzle, Sam Stackhouse, and myself. That was a lot of fun. I hope something like that. I mean, you can't force jams like that to happen. They got to happen organically. But you can hope for it, and I hope for it this Wednesday. Coming up on Friday, the Balsam Lake Lodge and Supper Club, they'll have live music with Preston Gunderson. That'll be a 6 p.m. show. Weston Shizzle will also be at Frostbite, 6 p.m. Frostbite's, of course, in Chautauqua. That'll be Friday the 31st. Coming up also on Friday the 31st at 7 p.m., putting on the glitz, they're going to have a big old drag show at in Rice Lake at, where is that? The Northern Star Theater Company. So if you wanted to go to that, tickets are available now. Sage Leary will be at TOA Golf and Events. That'll be Saturday, April the 1st. And then April Fool's Dinner and Comedy Show at Faraway Roadhouse. That'll be on Saturday, April the 1st, 6 p.m. Pipe Dream Center is hosting Boogie Night. That'll be Saturday, April the 1st, 7 p.m. Denim Jones will be at the Pablo Center in Eau Claire. Monday, April 3rd, that'll be at 7:30. Let's see here. Jackson Taylor, we've played his music on the show before. He'll be at Frostbite's Pub in Chautauqua on Friday, April 7th. There's also a trivia night Friday, April 7th at Buck and Beam's Social House and Campground over there near Cameron. We've got, let's see here. Oh, Jazz Alley Trio, live music and dancing. That's going to be at the Enchanted Barn. Thursday, April the 13th. And then here's another open mic for you to check out. It's at the Getaway Bar and Grill. This one's a fairly regular one. I think it's every other week. It happens on Thursdays. And the next one that's posted, okay, so maybe it's not, maybe it's once a month, is going to be Thursday, April the 13th at 6:30, unless I missed something. Agonic Brewing Company is going to be hosting Trivia Thursdays, 1970s pop culture, on Thursday, April the 13th. Friday, April the 14th, Weston Shizzle Music will be at Agonic Brewing Company. And then Austin, how do I say that one? Hammock. Balsam Lake Lodge and Restaurant. That'll be Friday, April the 14th at 6 p.m. This sounds interesting. If you like nature, this isn't a music event, but our friends over at Hunt Hill Audubon Sanctuary will be doing a frog call count. That's at 7:30 on Friday, April the 21st. That, how fun would that be? 7:30? Just before the sun starts to truly set, or just as the sun setting, and listen for some frogs. That sounds so peaceful. That'll be Friday, April 21st at 7:30. Josh White will be at Red Rock Campground and Pub on Friday, April 21st at 8 p.m. And then Saturday, April 22nd at Randy's Winter Haven Resort Bar and Grill, Dave Bebo will be playing. And then last open road will be at Skippy's It's Saturday, April 22nd. And then there's a open mic at Hub's River Bend on Thursday, April 27th. That one will be at 6:30. And then this is kind of fun. Sonic Swings record label is hosting an artist showcase with Out of Bounds, Orlando Coolidge, and more with Breakneck, the Mage. That'll be on Friday, May 12th at 8 p.m. And then the day after that, Breakneck is part of a show at Witchcraft that Carnage the Executioner will talk about a little later on tonight. That'll come up. We'll talk with Carnage just after 9:30 this evening, as we head it just before we head into the long burning 10 o'clock hour. You're going to want to stick around for that conversation. We're gonna dive into what makes Carnage the Executioner tick, and get all the information about Carnage's, it sounds like, biggest show of the year coming up on Saturday, April 1st. And that'll be in Minneapolis. He'll get all the details to you when we talk with him a little later on this evening. So you'll want to stick around for that for sure. In the meantime, this is I Won't Waste This by Wildflowers on After Hours Radio.
Stumbling out of bed, and I still got you in my head. From all those pretty words you said, it's like I'm wasted. Every time I see your face, I'm losing track of time and space. I don't know where I am, it's like I'm wasted, and I won't waste it. And I promise that I will stand by you forever. I can't get you out of my mind. I will follow you wherever, and I won't waste it. Slow this down, my heart is screaming out your name. I'm wasted on you. Here we are, right underneath the stars. So let's get a little reckless. You make me breathless, and I won't waste this. And I promise that I will stand by you forever. I can't get you out of my mind. Promise that I will stand by you forever, and I won't waste it. I'll follow you, yeah. I'll follow you, yeah.
After Hours Radio, alternatively entertaining.
Do you miss me at all? Do you think about the things we used to do? why didn't you call? So many years has gone by, but I think about you all the time. Looks like you're changing and all, but why didn't you call? Something in the air, always something in the air. Inexplicable, I can feel it in the air. Can you feel me? Can you feel me? Can you feel me? Do you miss me at all? Do you think about the things we used to do? No, you couldn't stand tall. So why didn't you call? So many years has gone by, but I think about you all the time. Looks like you're changing and all, but why didn't you call? Something in the air, always something in the air. Inexplicable, I can feel it in the air. Can you feel me? Can you feel me? Can you feel me?
It's After Hours Radio. I'm Ryan Quinn, and I'm joined by Carnage, the Executioner. Carnage, you played here in Rice Lake just a couple weeks ago, braved a snowstorm, if I remember right. You also spun your car out on the way to the show, but we're so glad to have you here. And then we had some sound issues for you, but we got that squared away. And I tell you, with all the shows that I've hosted in Rice Lake, I've never seen more jaws drop simultaneously than when you started your set. That was so amazing to see.
Damn, I appreciate that, man. Thank you. I guess I didn't know that. I was hoping you would say that. I was hoping you would say that I put on a great show for the people. So there's that. But wow, that reaction, I appreciate that.
It was really neat to see because Rice Lake doesn't do a whole lot of rap or hip hop stuff. So when we do, we try to make sure that it's something that both the performer enjoys doing and the crowd. And it looked like you were having a blast. I assume that that's something that you prioritize with every performance that you give, is to make sure that not only it sounds good and that what people are expecting, but you're also enjoying what you're doing.
Yeah, that's prerequisite, man. Like, I don't do shows. I don't just do shows to do them. I do shows because I enjoy doing shows. That's out of all of the aspects that come with doing music. Doing the live show is my favorite part of it. So it's more fun. Yeah, it's more fun than the writing process. It's more fun than the mixing process. Is more fun than the studio process, which all have their fun parts too. But being on stage and performing is my favorite part of being an artist.
How long have you been performing live?
Well, I would say I did my first show that I was proud of when I was in high school. I did a performance for a high school talent show, and I remember getting a good reaction and saying, "Wow, this is fun. I guess I can perform in a way that makes people excited." So I'll continue to work on it.
Was that the beatboxing that you're kind of known for today, or was that something else?
No, no, it wasn't beatboxing at all. It was a live show with a rap partner who I was in a group with at the time. His name is DJ Excalibur, and him and I were performing together. And so he's Excalibur, I was T Swift, and I hopped on stage and we did a song. We did like a one song concert for the talent show, and I got a good reaction from the people, and they were like, "Man, you was rapping, man, you was flowing, you was," So it made me feel good because I know that I practiced. Like I didn't invent myself in front of the people. I basically practiced till I got to a certain point. Then I got on stage, and then I grew in front of the people. I've seen people do it the other way around. Like they get on stage for the first time and they've never been on stage before, and it looks like they've never been on stage before. And I feel bad for those people because there obviously wasn't enough time put into them perfecting something to a point where it was almost professionally presentable, and then showing people how they've capitalized on what they started with as time goes on. And that's what I've done. I was at a certain level when I first got on stage, and then from there, I didn't start on the stage. I started in my living room.
Sure.
So I think that's important.
You mentioned or allude to kind of perfecting a craft. How important would you say it is to spend those hours? They say you put your 10,000 hours in to be a master of something, and that's obvious that you've put in that work. You've kind of had that dedication to the craft since the beginning.
I would say I have, as much as a person who does more than one thing can have, can provide themselves with. As much time as I could put into my art and perfecting it, I did.
Sure.
And when I had the time, I messed around with it. When I first learned how to beatbox, I was always beatboxing. And when I first learned how to rap, I would write raps as often as I could in between schoolwork and doing other stuff. And I would practice and perfect my raps so that when I was summoned to say my raps, I was ready. I was good. I knew them. I knew the rhymes. I memorized them. And I came off like an MC who had been rapping for a while. And that didn't really change as time went on and I wrote more songs. Like I really, if I'm gonna perform a song for the first time, I do the work on it. I write the song and I try to memorize it as I write it. So when it's time to perform it, I'm almost just about, I'm pretty much there.
Sure.
I'm pretty much able to perform the song and ready to perform it because I've put the time into memorizing it as I'm writing it. So I write in the performance aspect of the song while I'm writing the song.
Is that the way that you've always approached writing, kind of with that performance in mind, or how has your writing style changed over the years?
I would say that I have written, every once in a while there's a song you write and you're like, I might not ever perform this song. This
Yeah.
song might not be a stage performance song, but I know a song is gonna be a song I'm gonna perform while I'm writing it. I know I'm like, okay, this is one that I'm gonna perform, so I better write the performance aspect into the rhyme and memorize it and perfect it as I'm writing it. So have a dynamic performance, because I'm writing in the personality as I'm writing the song. I know what my inflections are going to be like for the most part. I know where I need to breathe. I know where the rhythm needs to land on the drums and the rhythm of the rhyme needs to land on the drums. I know all these things. So I'm pretty much ready to perform these songs once I'm done. Just about, I'll put the personality into the writing, then I'll record the song, and then I'll listen to the song after I've recorded it and learn it over as a recorded song, and then I perform it.
Sure.
So it's not like I write it. It's not like I write a song and then the next day I go and perform it, because that's not as realistic. I know there's probably some people who can do that, but I'm too much of a perfectionist.
Sure.
So I don't do it like that. But
that leads me to, I wanted to ask you about, while you're writing this, you're also writing kind of the instrumental too, I assume, right? Because it's all coming out of your mouth with the beatboxing and then rapping on top of that. How has that approached or changed the approach in how you would view yourself as a songwriter?
So that is a good question, because most of the songs I write are not written as beatbox songs first. They're written to tracks. I write them to songs that are actually produced by myself and other artists who I work with. So I have some cool producers I work with, and most of the time, if a producer makes a beat for me, it's something that I have referenced to them first. I have referred them to it and said, yo, I want you to make me a beat out of this, or I want this sampled, or I want it played like this, and this is how I want it to sound. So I'm very hands-on in the production part of my beats, even if I'm not physically making the beats myself, because I don't have, beat making technology. I don't use an MPC or Pro Tools or anything like that. So I usually write my songs to a pre-record or a pre-produced track for the studio first, and then I record studio versions of these songs, and then I take them and flip them and turn them into live beatbox productions. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so you're starting essentially with everything mapped out with sounds in a studio, and then once you've got that to coincide with how you want the lyrics to match, you go back through and re-record the instrumental with the beatbox sounds.
Well, a lot of times I don't necessarily re-record it. I just perform it as a reworked song. So a lot of times, which is crazy, a lot of times the songs I perform live beatboxing, they don't make it to a live recording.
Oh, sure.
Right, they don't make it to a recording from the live aspect. So it's not like I make a song with a producer, record it, and then I make a beatbox beat and then go and record that. I don't do it like that. I redo the song that I made in the studio live, and that is the way people get the song from now on.
Sure.
If they see me live, they don't get it to a pre-recorded track. If they want the pre-recorded track, they buy the album. Yeah, from there on, they just get the live production of it, which is why I've decided to do a live album.
How about
because
that?
People, yeah, you see how that now we're to the thing that originally brought us to this meeting in the first place. Having the ability to give people two versions of a song is cool to me. It's fun to me, and it's fun for me to make it so that songs don't really get old to people.
Sure.
If you're listening to my album, you're gonna get a different version of that song when you hear me live. To me, the song is brand new once you hear it live, and then it's even more brand new if you get a live recording of it after that, because you've only seen me perform it a couple times. So I essentially have the ability to reinvent a song, and the fact that when I perform a song live, it's never the same performance twice. It is basically a new performance every time. So here's an example. So if you have a song like my song, I'm not even in my prime yet. You get the audio album recorded version of that. Then you come to a show and you see me live. If you see me live 10 times, the song is slightly different 10 times. So then you've heard the song 11 different ways, because you have the one on the album and the 10 performances live. Then if I decide to put that live version or any of the live versions I do on a recorded format, then you get a 12th version of what the song would sound like. So it's different every single time you hear it.
Sure. So you've
Unless you get it on the live recording, and then you listen to the live recording all the time and never come and see me live again, then that's how you got it.
Sure, but you allude to that. Every performance of that is slightly different, and that's by design too.
It's by design.
So, you mentioned the live album that's coming out. Where and when do we need to be looking for this, and how are you choosing the songs that appear on that?
You're asking great questions. So, the live album performance is happening on Saturday, April 1st. So I'm going to be at the Hook and Ladder Theater in Minneapolis, and I'm going to perform a bunch of songs, and then we're going to record the whole performance. And then I don't know exactly when it's coming out, but it's going to come out because I'm specifically going in to record the album live for that purpose of it being released as a release. Being available to the people as a full-fledged release. So the cool thing about that is not a lot of people do live albums, and if they do, they're rapping over their pre-recorded tracks, and it doesn't have as much excitement going on with it. In my opinion, building the music live in front of the people makes it so that it's an ever evolving interactive experience that you can't get unless you're at the show. So the people who are at the live show when I perform and record the live album should feel good about getting the live album because they're like, I was there. I was there when this happened. And that's the kind of experience I want to create for the people.
And then they get to go back and relive what is probably going to be one of the best nights of their lives over again.
I hope so. So, and with the decision to do certain songs, my prerequisite for the songs I'm going to do, because I really don't make set lists when I perform songs, I just kind of do them. But the prerequisite for this one is none of the songs I'm doing for this were featured on my first live album, because I did put a live album out in 2018. And that's why the return of the Show Stealer show and concept is significant, because it is the return of the Show Stealer. The first one was Attack of the Show Stealer, and that was the initial live recording that I did of certain songs that I was performing at that time. So that got put out in 2018 from a live performance I did in 2016 in Denver, Colorado at the Oriental Theater. So I recorded a live album there, and it was actually for an event. It was a celebration of the DVD being released of Ideas, Ideas Legacy. The World Has No Idea DVD.
Yeah.
You know about that?
I do.
Okay.
I do.
Right. So we were on tour for that, getting ready to release that DVD. And there was a tour that was put together with my assistants to celebrate that upcoming documentary about Idea. Well,
that was 2016?
Yep, that was in 2016. So the guy I was working with at that time, Andy, he had a production company called History Repeats Productions, and he wanted to record the video and the audio for my performance. He was like, let me come with you so I can just record and get footage of you, because one day I might want to do a documentary on Carnage. And I was like, okay.
Right.
So we went out and we did that and we recorded it. And then he came to me later and he was like, yo, I think we should release a DVD and put out a live version of this album because it turned out really good. And I was like, okay, well, why don't you bring it over one day and we can watch it and listen to it and see what's what. And we watched it and listened to it and we both agreed that the shit was dope. We were like, oh, okay.
All
There's
right.
never been a live album like this put out where the music is all beatboxed based in front of the people. So we took a chance and I put it out in 2018 and it did pretty well. People liked it, people bought it. And I was just selling it hand to hand because, you can't really sell a live album on Spotify. They don't really allow you to do that for some odd reason.
Really?
But no, they always say, is this a live recording? And my assumption is that if you say it's a live recording, there might be some approval, procedures that you need to go through, get it approved, because they might be under the belief that you're sometimes doing cover songs.
Oh,
There's
sure.
a lot of cover songs they perform live. So I'm not really doing cover songs. I do my beatbox flip of a popular song or a popular beat, but I'm not gonna cover somebody's song and then put it on a record.
Right.
So, but yeah, so what I decided to do was put that record out and have it available hand to hand as Attack of the Show Stealer, the live performance album. And I sold about 400 copies of it, and if I had more, I would sell more. But I decided to sell the few. I think I have 2 left, and I'm just kind of holding on to them. I'm not even bringing them to the show, really. I got like 2 left. And so instead of reproducing the Attack of the Show Stealer live album, because some people come up to me and they're like, can I get a beatbox version of an album like what you just did here at the show? And if I have some Attack of the Show Stealer CDs, I could sell them that. But the songs are not the same ones that were on that one, So
Sure.
The songs that I'm currently performing now are the songs that people would ask for, because they're not the ones that are featured on that live album. So my prerequisite to what I'm doing for the live album I'm going to do next week is none of the songs that were on the first one are going to be on this one. So it's a whole different live album. So now I just got to sit and think about exactly what songs I want to perform. And I have about 20 something songs that are in the running for that. And by, early next week, I'll narrow it down to probably the 12 I want to do. And then I'll perform 12 songs live that are not on the live album, the first live album. And that'll be the one that I put out when I put it out.
Do you? Sounds like maybe the answer to this is maybe not. But do you think that will be then released here in 2023, or will that be more of look for it early 24?
I'm thinking, if I were to spitball it off the head now, I would say I probably would do early 2024.
Sure.
That seems like a good, good thing to do. Just drop it like at the top of the year type of thing. I think that would be a good idea. I like the way 2024 sounds. Live album January 2024.
Yeah, start the year right. With some quality music.
Yeah. I think you just informed the release of the new record. Thanks. Appreciate it.
And anything I can do to
help. You just got to help me come up with it. Yeah, because I didn't necessarily have an exact release date, because it's the only project I'm working on. So there's going to be other stuff too. So you kind of got to make space for things.
Sure.
And I think early 2024 for a live album would be good, because then maybe I could set up an early beginning of the year tour or a little run to celebrate it. So yeah. Mm-hmm.
So we'll look for it around then. And of course, you've got a catalog that is just full of really great music. If folks wanted to find some of your previous releases, are those still available digitally?
Yes, all of them except for the live album. Well, actually, the live album is available. Where's the live album available for listening? On my website. So if somebody goes to my website, they could listen to my. Oh wait, you know what? No, the live album is actually available for listening on Bandcamp, so they can listen to that there, and they can digitally stream and listen to all of my releases on Bandcamp. But every release except for my live album is also on Spotify, so they can hear them there.
Sure. And if folks wanted to come and check out a show that you've got coming up, obviously April 1st, are there tickets still available for that?
That's the one. That's the one. Yep. People need to, come and check that show out. It's going to be a good show, and it is pretty much the only show that I'm booking for myself in Minnesota this year. So that the only in Minneapolis, I should say, it's the only show that I'm booking in Minneapolis this year for myself. And if I play other shows, it's because somebody's hiring me to play their show. But it's the one show in the cities that I wanted to do for this year, and I thought that would be a good one. Said it's celebrating the 5-year anniversary of the release of Attack of the Show Stealer with a new live album production 5 years later. So.
And remind our listeners again where the show is and where they can plan to get tickets.
They need to hit up the Hook and Ladder Theater for the show. There will be tickets available that day. You also can find my event on Eventbrite. I think there's a search option for finding live performance tickets on Eventbrite. And if you totally can't find them on Eventbrite or whatever, you can hit me up personally, info@carnagetheexecutioner.com, and I'll send you whatever information you need to know on getting tickets before the show. But you can just come to the show and pay the day of too, so that's fine.
And of course, I know you've got a show with some friends of mine coming up in May in Eau Claire with Breakneck the Mage, Fathom, and some really great great cats there. That's going to be May 13th, if I remember right, at Witchcraft.
That is Witchcraft. Yep, that's that'll be my first show there, and it'll be my first show in a few years performing Eau Claire. So that's going to be good. Fathom's a good old school friend of mine. So is Mage. Breakneck. Those are my boys from way back. So yeah, it'll be fun to get back out there and rock at the venue that Fathom actually opened this venue. I think it's his venue. He's part of the ownership of it, which is super cool. So I'm proud of my boy.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna come down there and help him bless it properly.
Absolutely. We're looking forward to you. You might catch me there. I know Cordell was going to try and make that show as well. So hopefully,
come on out.
Hopefully, we'll be able to see you soon. And of course, if you want more information on that, check out the Witchcraft Spirits and Sandwiches on Facebook. They've got information posted about it as well.
Oh, and one other thing I want to say about the Attack of the Show Stealer show. If you come to this show, you're going to have the opportunity to get some exclusive merch and see some exclusive things that are not available anywhere else. So that's another reason to come to this show. I have like a nice little display surprise for people when they come there. I think people are going to be quite surprised with something that I'm going to break out that night for the first time.
Oh, that's
in addition to the one-time Return of the Show Stealer T-shirt. This is what the art looks like.
Hey, how about that? I love that kind of two-faced design. Is that robot or skull?
It's a robot. So,
sure.
Some people say I'm a machine when I'm performing. So my boy made me into a machine.
All
so,
right.
it's kind of like the Terminator. Kind of looks like the Terminator, but I'm putting in the work of, 2 or 3 different people when I'm on stage. Sometimes I feel like, so I have to operate like a machine and not allow my gears to break down. So that's a good design for me. When he came up with that, I was like, yeah, this shit is dope.
Absolutely.
But yes, that shirt will be available for that show and that show only. If I sell them all, then they're gone, and I'm not going to redo that shirt. And I think I only ordered 25 copies of it, 25 pieces of that shirt. So 25 people can walk away with a shirt.
So you've got a truly limited run then, and you don't even keep that one for yourself.
I used to keep one copy for myself, but now I like the art so much more that if I really want to go back and remake a shirt, I can with the people I work with. So I'll do it at that point when I get my house and I get my studio built and I just want to display all of the cool shirts I've ever come out with. Then I'll go back and order one copy of each one of the dope shirts that I put out as a limited run.
Sure.
But yeah, I usually do a design and then I move on to something else. I don't have a back order of a whole lot of stuff.
Sure.
If anything, so that's kind of fun way to do things.
It kind of like
keeps me on my toes.
Kind of like the versions of your songs, slightly different with each one. Each song's a limited run.
So yeah, yeah, you're not really coming back and buying a Carnage shirt that was available in 2018. It's because it's not available anymore. So
Right.
it's fun.
I like the way you approach it. Anything else you want to make sure our listeners know?
I do have another live album project that I'm going to be doing too, and I've only been talking a little bit about this, but I got a grant. I got grant funded to be able to do a live performance of a new project that I'm going to be doing in a theater, great theater in St. Cloud. And the name of this project is Carnage the Executioner Presents Finding Terrell X. And that's going to be a whole new project. I got to write a whole new album for that. And that show is going to happen on August 17th in St. Cloud at the Great Theater. So that's a whole nother thing I'm going to be doing. It's a theater and around. So I'm going to be surrounded by people, and I'm going to perform a new album for the first time and record it there. And then after that, that album will be available for purchase too. So I'm kind of leaning into the idea of doing more live albums because a lot of people say they like how I sound live. And so why not put an album out that's live too?
Absolutely. Why not?
So as often as you can, and that'll be a new one. That'll be a whole new project that none of the songs will be familiar to people. So that'll be good. And that's the only place you'll be able to get that record.
Have you started writing that one yet, or are you set aside a different time to take care of that?
I've been building on concepts. So what I do before I write an album a lot of times is I just do, I come up with a lot of ideas I might want to touch on, and then I narrow those ideas down to what the project would be about, and then I take each song and then do bullet points of things that I want to cover on each song.
Sure.
So the stage I'm in right now is writing down a bunch of concepts. So right now I'm looking at about 25 different concepts, around there. So then I got to narrow it down to, about 10 to 12 songs again, and then I'm going to narrow down the details for each of those 10 to 12 songs and then start writing the album.
Sure.
And so April is when I'm scheduled to hunker down and start writing this record. That's what I'm thinking about doing.
Do you find yourself scheduling out a lot like that? Like you're going to work on this project from this time to this time, and then you've got another project set aside time for?
I haven't done it really like that. The only time I've done it like that is when I knew I wanted to have an album come out at a certain time, and then I just start writing for it, and then keep in mind the expectation is that it's going to come out on this particular date. If I were to have a year, if I were to say I want to produce a record and put it out once every year for 5 years, I would have enough concepts for that. So I could put out a record every year if I wanted to, because I have so many concepts and different things that I'm working on that I could do that with. I just need to sit down and figure out which ones are going to be on, which ones are going to be part of what release.
Sure.
But I have, and when that would come out. But I'm in the zone now of working on multiple projects like Octopus Arms. I always, each arm has a project in it, so I might be sitting on, anywhere between 3 and 7 to 8 concepts that I could put records out for. And that is the new thing that happened since 2019.
Sure.
That's the multiple projects at a time thing started happening in 2019. So I may have not put out a lot of records since 2019, but that doesn't mean I haven't worked on a lot of stuff, and it doesn't mean that I don't have concepts of things that I could possibly tap into. I'm just so busy doing so many other things
Sure.
that, I don't always have time to put out records, but
one of the things that
that's going to change.
One of the things that you have been doing, and I absolutely love, and I look forward to it each Monday, is your Mouthbeat Mondays that are recorded on location at wherever it happens to be, right? It's just kind of, you never know where that is.
Yep, wherever it happens to however it happens. And I don't, I have like an archive of a few different videos, but it's not like I stockpiled, 100 videos and then put them out. It'll like, every once in a while something just happens and I'm like, that's worthy of a Mouthbeat Monday. Let me hold on to that until it's time to put it out. Excuse me. So I stay on top of my duty with that by putting out something every Monday. people have something they can see of me. And I'm on. I think I just did week. What was it? 192 or 193. So I've done 192 or 193 Mondays in a row, and I haven't missed any.
That's quite an accomplishment.
Yeah, I'm kind of proud of that, you know. So I'm gonna just keep going until, you know, I don't know. I'm celebrating, you know, number 200 coming up pretty soon. So I think I might do something special for that.
I personally can't wait. It's something that I look forward to every Monday. It's gonna pop up, and there we are. And you know, that's one of the things that convinced me that we needed Carnage to be in Rice Lake was watching those, and the way that sometimes you're working with other musicians, and sometimes you know you're one of my favorite ones is where you were at it looked like maybe a supermarket or a farmer's market, and there was a young couple with their kid Ben, and you incorporated his name right into the beat, and that was the Ben's drop too, just like the cats over at at Mr. Bob's. Jaw just hit the floor.
I remember what you're talking about. I was at a plant-based food pop-up, and I was performing outside at that. So there was like, you know, all these different plant-based meals and desserts around, and I was performing live at that. Shout out to the vegan pop-up market guys, gals, who put that together. But I was beatboxing, and this young kid was really into what I was doing as he was walking by, leaving with his parents, and he stopped and he was looking at me, and I was like, "What's his name?" And they said Finn, so his name is Finn. And I was like, "I'm gonna make a Finn beat," so I just made a beat with Finn's name in it. So that's kind of what it was. So yeah, you never know what could happen when Carnage is performing live. Anything could happen.
Absolutely.
You can get a song dedicated to you out of nowhere.
Make sure you check that out. You can find what's your proper handle there on all the social medias?
I am Carnage the Executioner on Instagram and Facebook and TikTok. Although I'm not extra sold on TikTok like everybody else is. It's cool, but I'm Carnage the Executioner on TikTok, and I'm Carnage XXL. That's Carnage XXL on Twitter.
And CarnageTheExecutioner.com. You just want to bookmark that with all the projects that you're working on. Things are going to be coming out here, and you just want to just bookmark CarnageTheExecutioner.com. You'll always be set.
Yeah.
Well, again,
Know about that.
I want to thank you for being on the show. Look forward to your upcoming shows and releases. Don't forget April 1st at it's Hook and Ladder in Minneapolis.
Yes. Yep. Dopest venue in the city, in my opinion.
And what time do we need to be there?
Y'all need to be there at 8 o'clock.
At 8 o'clock. Well, consider it.
I think that's what it is. Hold up. Let me look. Let me double check. 7:30. 7:30 doors. I was close.
Yeah, 7:30 doors. So be there by 7, so you get a good seat, and when the doors open, you'll be one of the first ones in. Again, thank you.
Get that shirt. Get that exclusive shirt.
Yes, you got to be one of the first 25. Carnage, I want to thank you so much for being on the show with us.
Thank you. I really appreciate you, booking me for the show and booking me for this.
Many of the views expressed in this song are based on true accounts gathered on behalf of those who have seen me perform. The rest comes from me knowing I'm kind of a big deal.
And it won't stop, and it won't quit. Carnage is the ultimate. Y'all can keep props and shine bright on my night. Hopeless. Only way you might appear good before a win and after me. Don't spit. Rockin' from retirement home ages to early bedtimers. Make promoters lose faith in worthy headliners. Stunner of crowds, wondering how I do what I do. Thunderous loud, as though my powers come from the clouds. Brother has vowed that every stage caught going slaughter. Book me for your show. It's friendly competition, but I guarantee your performance ain't bending my position, because those in attendance are gonna think I walk on water. You always give me respect. Well, what is the not to like about C3XL? Your favorite rapper's favorite rapper. Hardest working artist earning money with no deal. Your limelight taker. Show stealer. You know you're better than me. What I do would not happen. You good, but watch out. Carnage is all about spot snatch. Hit the stage after me, you won't even get a cheer. Hit the stage before me, they'll forget you were ever here. Hear the track or some instruments? You can rent me. Heroic one-man band, human MPC. My loop station is not a crush, not a less comer with sound. Reason my mouth got called the best drummer in town. So many wondering if you haven't seen me play or heard how I can rock for 2 hours and not even say a word. People thinking beats and vocal scratchers are pre-made, confusing plastered across their faces looking for a DJ. Then I see so many didn't know that I could beatbox until they're running from glass and dodging pieces of sheetrock. Walls are cracking, assault and battering light fixtures, blitzing monitors, bombing the system with my mixture of bountiful beats and rough rapping, crushing, bashing, demolishing constantly upon your first analysis. But watch and listen closer, and you see I'm sharing talented, and I don't ever try to steal a show. Damn it, it just happens. I'm a fan of old rappers and better than. It's bang harder than your MP3. I might have said a bang. Hit the stage after me, you won't even get a cheer. Hit the stage before me, they'll forget you were ever here. Am I impressed? I spot a few MCs, but not many attack as though they won't get other opportunities. You gotta kill, I'm going in. This is your last chance. What I say to myself so that I hit with a madman's vengeance. Entrance wasn't the highest caliber. I had to conquer my past and had to fight this challenger myself. Insecurity was holding me back, but making a mark is important, so I totally snapped. Then I became those who came before me with a bonus twist and confronted new war enlisted. So much shifted mission driven, given vision. When the stars are locked, feeling like still it's all I got. Cause there was nothing I wanted to do more than this shit. So you can use me as encouragement to excel in all that you do, no matter how heavy the burdens get. Grow and heal, let us know you're real. But if I ever decide to do what you do, you have to find another show to see. There's a show to be stolen with everything you do. So I gotta be the best at whatever I bring to you. Hit the stage after me, you won't even get a cheer. Hit the stage before me, they'll forget you were ever here.
Making the message important, so I totally snap. I don't ever try to steal the show, it just happens. Hardest working artists earning money with no deal.
Gotta kill it going in. This is the last chance. Making the mark is important, so I totally snapped.
Broadcasting live in downtown Rice Lake, Wisconsin. You're logged on and listening to After Hours Radio.
You make the world go round, and you
portal.
And all that. Broadcasting live in downtown Rice Lake, Wisconsin. You're logged on and listening to After Hours Radio.
Talk, half music, 100% original After Hours Radio. Your Sunday nights just got better.
What you're doing and what you're saying, how you fooled me is not for free. Hear me saying what you should have told me.
You had volume. I took it off. After Hours Radio on Dirty Chai Radio. I'm Ryan Quinn. With me for the long burning 10 o'clock hour, I have a Sam.
Hi, how's it going?
It's going wonderful. How about for you?
Oh, pretty good.
Good. We also have a Dirty Chai cat in here that's looking
Pretty
for
awesome
pets.
cat, like huge.
Yeah, it's good old Peyton.
Awesome
He's a good cat.
Specimen of cathood.
Yes. He's of the standard issue cat variety for those that know. But he's a bit of a chunky boy.
Well, he's like long and tall.
Yeah, and he comes with a girth certificate.
Yes.
He's a good boy.
Make him get out at the way stations.
Yes. Yes, they do. He don't mind. Well, unless he's napping, then he gets a little cranky when you wake him up.
Well, they do that.
Just like any good human, he gets cranky when you wake him up, unexpectedly.
Yeah, that's my dog doesn't.
Your dog doesn't?
No, not really. He's like sometimes he'll just not get up in the first place. He'll be like, "No, screw you, I'm still sleeping."
But I can relate.
Yeah.
I can. My alarms go off, and not for work in the morning, but I'll set alarms when I nap.
Yeah.
And
same.
It'll go off, and it'll be like another hour before I get up.
Well, yeah, as you do. Like,
I never planned it that way, though. Like, it's always, all right, you set the alarm for 45 minutes so you're not in the middle of REM.
that's slick. I mean, I kind of have to set my alarm as late as possible because that, like, if it's less than 2 hours between when I wake up and when I have to do stuff, that time's wasted.
Right? Yeah, same. I try not to nap when there's still things to be done because I've proven to myself I'm not that responsible.
Well, and I just I can't really enjoy stuff in the intermediate time between when I'm about to do something.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I'm one of those people where, you got a phone call, your day is ruined.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not talking like, oh, somebody just called you. Like, you have to make a phone call or...
Yeah, like...
It's not just a phone call. Like, you have a thing that lasts an hour or 30 minutes in the middle of the day that needs your full attention. The whole day's shot. There's nothing that matters except for that window of time.
Yeah, suddenly I find myself thinking of the things that I wasn't planning to do anyways at all, but that I then can't do because I have to do something in the middle of the day.
Right. You don't want to get started on all of these things that you could do but wouldn't do anyway, and now it's stressing you out.
Yeah. I'm definitely not going to do that now that I wasn't going to do anyways.
Yeah, but I could have. The point stands that maybe I would have found the motivation today to do the thing.
Yeah.
But now, even though I feel the motivation, I can't do it.
That's a problem.
It is. I didn't mean to get 4 minutes into this without thanking Carnage the Executioner for being on the show. But here I am, 4 minutes into it. So let me take some time right now to thank Carnage the Executioner for taking time out of his day to chat with us, give us kind of the insight of how he puts together the things that he puts together, from the actual songs to the performances to the upcoming performances April 1st at the Hook and Ladder, and of course May 13th at Witchcraft with Fathom and Breakneck, and that's sure to be a good show.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely love opportunities like that when they present themselves. So thank you. Hopefully we'll have Carnage back soon.
Yes, that show was great. That was really awesome.
It was. So this has not been promoted yet. This is brand new information. I don't even know if Cordell knows this.
Oh.
And I'm going to tell you guys here on the show tonight. Are you ready?
I am a quiver.
Maybe I oversold this.
I'm still a quiver. All right.
We've got the next rap show planned for Rice Lake.
Sweet.
It's going to be with the Sonic Swings record label. Yes, Dirty Chai Cat. That's true.
Yeah.
Breakneck the Mage is coming back. That's going to be on May 20th. And not just is Breakneck the Mage coming, but he's bringing some of the roster of Sonic Swings records with him. So we're going to have some pretty fly MCs at the Silver Dollar downstairs again at Mr. Bob's on May 20th.
Home of the greatest ambiance.
It is the greatest ambiance. It really is.
I mean, where else do you get to go anymore that has carpet on the ceiling?
Right, and you know what's exciting?
Okay. Brief shout out. President's Lounge in Superior, carpet on the ceiling.
Hey.
And it's a liquor store / bar / gas station / hotel, and you just can't get cooler than that.
I've driven by Presidents. I did not realize how involved they are.
It's President's one stop, and they take their name seriously.
No joke. No joke. Wow. I'm gonna have to make a stop, just one.
It's
at President's.
Also, they sell liquor till midnight, so it's convenient if you're in that area and you need to buy liquor between 9 and midnight.
Right, because that's a difficult thing to do.
Well, sometimes.
Sometimes. So, I was gonna. Sam, we digressed a little too far.
I digressed really hard. I'm sorry.
No need for apologize. I apologize. I was going to make mention of something else. Oh, I got a new DJ stand.
Sweet.
Yeah, that's where the conversation was going to naturally go. I'm going to debut it on at that show.
Fuck yeah.
I'm excited about it. I don't know yet, but I might doctor it up. Like right now, I won't lie. You don't have to get excited about my DJ stand. I'm excited about it, as I should be. But you don't necessarily need to get excited about it.
No, I love side gear. I mean...
Unless... I just thought of this just now. I'm on a painting kick. Like, I'm just painting a bunch of stuff.
So you're going to paint the fuck out of it?
Well, the material that it's made out of doesn't lend itself well to painting. However, I can take some of the canvases I have and replace the softer material of it with these paintings.
That sounds awesome.
I just thought of this just now.
I like it.
Like this thing could go there. Snap your requests. I was going to bring this to Mr. Bob's with me when I was DJing on Friday, but I forgot. And I don't know if it's clear enough, like for a drunk person.
I mean, I want to say yes, but probably not.
No.
But you should still bring it as well, it's like you don't expect the messages on the walls of pizza places to direct you to what you need to do either.
Right.
Think of it as an aesthetic.
Yeah, and let's say somebody's...
the people who are sober enough to read it can feel like they're in the special club of knowing what that sign says.
Right, and they can ask too. I can explain it. That's the thing.
What does the green and the greenish yellow say?
Right, it's a talking piece.
Yeah.
Those listening on dirtychairadio.com have no idea what I'm talking about. Friday before I DJ'd at Mr. Bob's, I painted on I used yellow paint, but I had a dirty brush, so it came out yellow-green. And I wrote, snap your requests and at Dirty Chai Radio, so that folks could snap me and request their songs, but I forgot to bring the thing to the thing.
I like how request is cut off partially.
If I ever said enough times, I can never let you go when you're not mine. Yeah. Oh, falling in love with you every time. Then I look into your eyes and see a paradise. I can be your nighttime lover. We'll dance under the moonlight cover. The pleasures I will make you discover. I make you feel like no one other. We can be two nighttime lovers. Nobody has to know nothing about us. Accompanied by the birds and the summer night. I'll drive you home before the sunrise. I can be your midnight lover. 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 I can be your midnight. Ooh, if I ever said enough times, I can never let you go when you're not mine. We can be two nighttime lovers. Nobody has to know nothing about us. Accompanied by the birds in the summer night. I'll drive you home before. I can be your nighttime lover. Nobody has to know nothing about us. The pleasures I will make you discover. I'll make you feel like no one other. I can be your midnight lover. 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 I can be your midnight lover.
After Hours Radio, alternatively entertaining.
Don't wanna talk about the future. Don't wanna talk about the things I've done. I got nothing more to say. Stop trying so hard to in my face. You like to hang around different dudes. Every night a new high. I bet that you were still my oxygen if you could. To the side, come on, step away. You would pay, you can call me out. When you're gone, it's me, no one else but me. Get the hint, you're out. To the side, come on, step away. You can call me out.
report
And all that. Broadcasting live in downtown Rice Lake, Wisconsin. You're logged on and listening to After Hours Radio.
I was lost or I was found. Nothing ever in between. Shedding tears or extremely happy. Got no one to stick around. Once my heart was in pieces, I told myself that was what I needed. The more I felt drowning in doubt, needed to see a way out somehow. Give me a reason, give me a change, give me something to love, at least something I can make sense of. Give me freedom, give me faith to ease my heavy heart, just some energy to feed up, and then get rid of. I wanna love, still yearn for heartbreaks, like the feeling of misery. I created my own reality, and as the days passed, the story began. Pushed and pulled until they went. Give me a reason, give me a change, give me something to love, at least something I can make sense of. Give me freedom, give me faith to ease my heavy heart, just some energy to feed up, and then get rid of. Give me a reason, give me a change, give me something to love, at least something I can make sense of. Give me freedom, give me faith to ease my heavy heart, just some energy to feed up, and then get rid of.
After Hours Radio on Dirty Chai Radio. I'm Ryan Quinn. With me in the Dirty Chai studio, we have a Sam Stackhouse.
That is true. I am here.
Yes. It's nice to have you here still, Sam.
Thank you. I enjoy being here.
The long burning 10 o'clock hour on both YouTube and dirtychairadio.com. And of course, if you're looking for the podcast, you wanted more with Carnage the Executioner, perhaps Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Music, Audible, Deezer, and dirtychairadio.com, amongst other places. You can go ahead whenever you'd like to, really, and check that out. Also on Facebook, facebook.com/AHRadioWI, Twitter @AHRadioWI, but fuck Twitter, and Instagram.
I really want to make up some things like Gromple.
What would Gromple be?
I don't know. It's a news aggregator slash a news aggregator with a side of streaming content.
You worded
yeah. With like
you worded like that.
it secretly has an extreme right wing bent, but it doesn't appear to on the surface.
You word it like that, and I think that streaming content news aggregator. I don't know why my mind does this, but it makes me think that you're having an all-in-one stop for your news and porn getting.
Well, no, porn is its own category of streaming content.
I didn't know that.
Well, I mean, at least I guess I don't assume porn if I hear streaming content, because you can just advertise it by saying porn and more people will go there. In fact, we should advertise everything as porn and it would be probably more clicked.
Music porn on After Hours Radio.
Legit, like it might.
Music
like the thing on Futurama, like the thing on
Futurama
Futurama where all the educational videos in the future are porns.
Yeah. Well, you know what I keep at the radio station tucked away in a drawer?
I can only imagine.
I should return this someday to the woman I borrowed it from. But you've heard of Reefer Madness?
Yes.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, years and years ago.
The people that put out Reefer Madness also put out Sex Madness.
Oh.
And I've seen it all the way through. A couple times. But I keep it there in the radio station, tucked away in the drawer.
I have a Reefer Madness mouse pad.
Hey, that sounds all right.
Yeah, I don't. It just showed up at my house, and I've had it ever since.
It just showed up?
Yeah, apparently I needed a Reefer Madness mouse pad, and the universe provided.
I don't have a mouse pad.
No, I didn't before that. I just kept it because I needed a fucking mouse pad.
Do you know where it came from?
I have ideas, but no, not really.
Nothing concrete.
No, one of 3 potential roommates.
They had it and they got left behind.
Yeah.
That'll happen sometimes.
Yeah.
I got a coffee table that way. A coffee table. It's not an end table because it goes in front of your lounging apparatus. Couch or recliner or whatever. Easy chair.
Yeah.
I use it as a TV stand now.
They work well as that. They're actually at a really nice height for like TV stand base.
We plan on putting the TV mounted on the wall. We have the mount. It lives behind the TV on the coffee table. But eventually I'd like to put my feet up while I'm sitting on the couch without putting my feet on the couch.
Yeah, and I mean,
that's what coffee tables are for, aren't they?
Yeah, pretty much. I don't know. I can't. I refuse to answer this question as the answer may be self-incriminating.
We respect your rights to plead the fifth here. So, carrying
about
on. About
coffee tables.
Yes. About coffee tables. The Dirty Chai Cat accepts the situation for what it is.
Yeah, the Dirty Chai Cat's totally fine with it.
Unfazed, it appears.
And I don't think he's even phaseable, or she. I can't tell.
He,
Peyton.
Okay. Oh, yeah. He was. I didn't name him, but he apparently was named after Peyton Manning.
Good quarterback. Kind of made me like football again.
I think it was despite someone that lived in the house. 'Cause I don't think they liked Peyton Manning.
Well, he was never a conference rival, but
everybody's got an opinion on the Manning brothers.
I mean, I'm like not a football buff.
Me either.
but I
NASCAR's
did.
where it's at. They were at Circuit of the Americas today.
I know. I did like the Peyton Manning era of that team. I just liked watching someone be like deliberate about making stuff happen.
Yeah.
It was like no Hail Marys, no long throws, just
Did the thing.
yeah.
You know, I thought speaking of football, and this is probably the only time it'll be on my mind enough to mention it on air, but I am already sick of the Aaron Rodgers thing.
Oh, yeah, he went to what, the Jets?
Is that confirmed?
I don't know. And I don't even remember that it's the Jets.
Yes, it is the Jets, and it feels like he's doing the Brett Favre playbook.
My main
play by play.
Hopefully without the what's happened in Mississippi or the infamous Crocs photo, which I know probably people would rather forget, but I think it's hilarious.
Well, yeah, right. You can't forget about that. That's
no. I mean, not the sexual harassment aspect of it is not hilarious. But the Brett Favre and the Crocs aspect of it,
yes,
is fucking hilarious.
Yeah, so maybe don't follow in every footstep. You can jump a few.
Well, with Aaron Rodgers, we get the persistent DMT hallucinations, which is
that's
also
always
fun.
Yes, yes. So trading dick pics for DMT.
In fairness, I think everyone would argue there's no harassment component to, frying your brain on ayahuasca.
Right. Just
it is objectively less morally bad.
We're progressing here.
Yes, yeah.
So that's good.
Eventually we'll get to Tom Brady.
Someday.
I'm sorry.
2 peas in a pod. Ooey, this is After Hours Radio.
Like a light, lighting up in the dark. You make it right, I forgot how to act. It's so classic. Every time you make me nervous and I lose my words. It's been a while since I forgot the most simple words. Come when you're around, like nothing can break me.
Don't forget to stalk us on Facebook and Twitter for exclusive content and information from the artists you love. After Hours Radio, your Sunday night just got better.
Whenever you're down, out in the cold, faithless and dark, your story's untold. Come take my hand and walk there with me. I know a place where we can be free. There is a light shining for you, guiding your way, helping you through. And shadows and gloom are all that you see. We'll find a place where we can be free. From the mountain top down to the deepest valley, hear a voice calling you. It's the rising sun shining in the darkest alley. Can't you see you will be free? I have been far, I have been wide, searching for peace, somewhere to hide. Now I am free, open and pure, fearless and babe, I am secure. There is no dark that can't be lit. We'll find a way if we just commit. We are one. There is no them and us. Together we're strong. Together we're free. From the mountain top down to the deepest valley, hear a voice calling you. It's the rising sun shining in the darkest valley. Can't you see you will be free? Can't you see you will be free?
After Hours Radio, alternatively entertaining.
Facing hell, going my last
After Hours Radio, alternatively entertaining.
You got me acting out. You, all tenderness is out the window. What you do to me when the cold bites blue is straight cool. Oh, it has to be you leaving writings on the wall. Promise me roses and a hungry haze bright. Now there's only madness. Got me feeling dusty. Got me feeling dusty. I can't even whisper and it's hard to see. Don't take my hand and wake me. And tell me it's a dream. A dream. The worst kind you've ever dreamed. Don't wanna lay another night here. Don't wanna walk another mile. I just can't. Please don't make me do it. I got too much to lose. I've got too much to lose. Too much to lose. Now lay me in the wilderness to dry up bits of your sweet caress. I can't wait no more. Willow trees have died and the last horn lark will fly. Got me feeling dusty. Got me feeling dusty. Please tell me it's a dream. A dream. A dream. Worst kind you've ever dreamed. I don't wanna lay another night. Don't wanna walk another mile. Just can't. Well, please don't make me do it. 'Cause I got too much to lose. I got too much to lose.
After Hours Radio, alternatively entertaining.
I
Don't forget to stalk us on Facebook and Twitter for exclusive content and information from the artists you love. After Hours Radio, your Sunday night just got better.
Guess I got a lot to say, but nowhere to start. I just grab this mic and I speak from my heart. I see every day as an opportunity, so I can't let negativity ruin me. You saw me at my weakest, living days and nights sleepless, walk inside my house of secrets and blame me for some small achievements. You can't see cause I hide the blueprint. Not afraid of thieves, just afraid that if I sleep I'ma lose this state of mind that helps me rhyme. I can't deny that each day I'm dying, and that's why I turn to you while I'm trying to better myself, to make the days move easy. I won't blame anyone for leaving me, I would too, but the difference is I believe in me.
And all that. Broadcasting live in downtown Rice Lake, Wisconsin. You're logged on and listening to After Hours Radio.
Broadcast from downtown Rice Lake, Wisconsin, and streamed all over the world, this is Dirty Chai Radio. This is Dirty Chai Radio. This is the Dirty Chai Radio Lounge.